Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So a bunch of you reached out and asked if I could explain what's going on with these train derailments. I'm actually going to explain to you how it's terrorism, cheap for them to do, and it's going to get worse. So let's run over here and take a look. There's actually been 2 more train derailments since the Ohio train derailment. They're not getting as much media coverage, only a small snippet. There's one in Texas and one in South Carolina. So here's some footage of the Ohio train derailment for those that aren't familiar. A train derailed there just outside of Pittsburgh, dumped a bunch of toxic chemicals into the water. And then the government basically showed up and blew up the train cars, caused this giant explosion, just huge ecological disaster. Thank you. Now the EPA is trying to say that the water is safe to drink. Do not drink the water if you live in that area. Bottled water is the way to go. So how and why are these guys doing this? So this is an example of a shunt. This is one that the railway company actually uses. Basically, what's happening is domestic terrorists, and I'm calling them domestic terrorists. I don't know. Let's put our tinfoil hat on for a second. The government has let how many millions of illegal aliens into the country? Many on a terror watch list. Many we've heard about. Many we have not. But basically, what's happening? A shunt is a wire or a cable that is placed across the railroad tracks. And what it does is it sends a signal and causes a rail car to lock up its brakes, which disrupts the whole chain and causes multiple cars to derail. They, being the terrorists, are using this system to target the liquid carrying cars. So those are the ones with the toxic chemicals that are easy to leach out and spill out, or they are quantities of oil, which can also cause an ecological disaster. And this has been going on for a while. So if we run over here, this article is from 2021, and it details a train derailment that happened in 2020, in December of 2020. I'm going to read you a couple snippets from this. Rail union official reportedly told investigators that the fiery oil car train derailment north of Seattle late last year was caused by sabotage. Late last year, this article is from 2021. It would have occurred in 2020. So basically, the month before the derailment, federal authorities in Seattle charged 2 people with terrorist attack on train tracks, saying they placed shunts, which is what I just showed you, on Burlington Northern Santa Fe's tracks. Shunts consist of a wire strung across the tracks, mimicking the electrical signal of a train. The devices can cause trains to automatically brake and can disable railroad crossing guards. The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force has said there had been dozens of such cases involving Burlington Northern BNSF tracks. So, guys, this is what's happening. They're basically IEDs for trains. They're super low cost. They're super easy to do. And they can target individual cars. If you think about the way that train cars are labeled, the hazmat cars are labeled. They have to be per transportation rules. So they are targeting those cars. They're triggering the shunts, causing the derailment, and they're getting out of town before things blow up and go really bad. Many of these crimes aren't caught. Many of these people aren't prosecuted. I mean, they're just not apprehended to even be prosecuted. Guys, this is going to expand. You're going to see more and more of this. I don't know how you fix this. I don't know how this doesn't cause massive rail disruptions. This is an economic and ecological disaster. Domestic terrorism is here. You know, policies have consequences. You can't just let anyone into the country. We're going to continue to see this grow, unfortunately. If you see something on the train tracks, report it to the authorities. You may save some lives. Be ever vigilant on this one. They don't want you to know about this. They don't want fear to spread, but this is what's happening. Terrorism is causing these train derailments. Get ready for more of these. Keep an eye out. I'll catch you in the next one.